Sindhu, I verified your ledger. Sindhu, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I think it's corrupted, Sindhu, because I'm not able to open your ledger at all in the ledger options and in the review and submit accounting configuration. In that screen also, I'm not able to open your ledger. Except your ledger, I'm able to open any other ledger.
Okay. Like what we need to do, sir?
I'm trying to, there is no option to fix that ledger.
Okay.
It's like you have to go with completely new.
So we need to create again COA, sir.
Not only just COA, because this ledger is linked to already created inventory ordination, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And also it is linked to BU.
Yes,
So you
sir.
have to create a new COA, new ledger, new BU, new inventory ordination,
Okay.
and all the configurations, all you have to create.
Okay. Like corrupted in the sense like someone is
Let
used.
me show you. Okay. You see my screen, right? I'm opening the HQ's instance only.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is your ledger, right?
Yes, sir.
1SK food delivery.
Yes, sir.
And I'm trying to open this, the specified ledger options. It is not opening.
Okay.
The page is not opening. And not only here, you see,
Okay.
this error. Not only this, other than your ledger, if I select something else, it is opening.
Okay.
I don't know what happened for your ledger. So I am changing. I'm not selecting your ledger. I'm selecting another ledger. Okay. See, yesterday I selected out of these two, not only one. I tried with two ledgers. Let me select this.
Okay.
If I click on that, it is opening the page.
Okay.
Ledger options page, it is opening. See, it opened. Not only in this screen, in the review and submit accounting configurations also. So this is not your ledger, some other ledger. If I
Yes.
click on that, it is opening this screen also.
Okay.
But for your
Like
ledger,
last time it was opening, sir.
not sure what happened now. Where is that? Yeah, review and submit accounting configuration.
Yes, sir.
Here I'm selecting your. If I select your, it is opening some Dell INC US something, not your data. And if I open some other ledger instead of yours, if I open something else, it is opening profile. You see?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can see.
And okay, what I've done is by selecting your ledger also, I tried to submit this form.
Okay, sir.
And it's throwing, you see, different legal entities are added here. It's not your
No, sir. It's
data also. Yeah. But anyway, I tried to click on the submit button, but I'm getting this error. I'm not able to submit further. You must assign a balancing segment to all legal entities. So it's like all these legal entities, some fix is there. Okay.
it's
So that I'm not sure. This is a finance, completely finance. Understood?
yes, sir.
So one more time, you have to define everything from the starting.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
I
but
will
make sure.
do it.
But make sure that's the reason, during the classes, I tell to everyone, make sure your ledger is in the green color status.
Yes, sir.
You have
Like
to check.
no, I didn't face like once also when I was
No,
trying.
no. If you don't face, you face here only. In case of TAD only, you'll face the issue. If
Okay.
your ledger is not completed, if it
Yes.
is in error or if it is in progress also,
Okay.
it will not allow you to create a
Oh,
TAD.
yes, sir. Yes.
This problem, it will occur only in the TAD place only.
Okay.
The remaining, it will work properly.
Okay, sir.
Not only in case of TAD, it will also throw problem during the costing also.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, sir. In costing also, I mentioned that time I was getting error, maybe because of this one there. Okay, sure, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, we'll start with the purchasing today. Okay, so today is Saturday, right?
Yes, sir.
If I forget also, you people are gonna remember me that today is Saturday. Why?
No.
Why?
Attendance.
Attendance. 53, now it's 15. What a remarkable change. Okay. Now, to create a purchase order, requisition is not required. We can also directly create a PO. Okay. So this is called as a standard purchase order. Okay. I mean, if you create from requisition or if you create directly, it's called as a standard purchase order. Okay. To create a standard purchase order, you click on the create order. You click on the create order. And we fill all these details one by one, like under which view you want to create purchase order and what is a supplier. Okay. And you click on the create button and you start filling all the details. Okay. This is how you create a standard purchase order. And I'll show you how to create an agreement. How to create an agreement. If I click on the create agreement, I'm going to create a blanket purchase agreement now. Okay, Shishir, even I'll stop the session by 8 o'clock sharp. I have a technical demo to monitor. I'll sharp close this session by 8 o'clock. I'm creating a blanket purchase agreement. And this is the BU and who is a supplier. You know the difference between blanket purchase agreement and contract purchase agreement, right? I'm creating an agreement with the supplier and click on the create button. Click on the create button. And in case of BPA or CPA, agreement duration would be there. Agreement start date and agreement end date. I'm creating this agreement for 10 years, 2033. And what is the agreement amount? What is the agreement amount? And what is the minimum release amount? So minimum, how much should be consumed from this agreement? Minimum, I'll say 50 rupees to be, I mean, it's optional. If you don't enter also not a problem. The minimum consumption, you can mention 50 rupees. Otherwise, you can ignore it, also remove it. And what is the payment term? What is the ship method? What is the freight term? Okay. And at the line level, so since this is agreement, you don't have schedule and distributions. Do you see? Schedule and distributions is there? No. If it is a purchase order, you will have lines, schedules, and distributions. Since this is agreement, only lines are there. And enter the item. And what is the price? What is the price? I entered 100. And I'm clicking on the edit button. And here, I will enter the price breakups. The price breakups are nothing but, if I purchase 1000 quantity, what is the discount? No discount. No discount. If you purchase more than 3,000 quantity, you'll get 1% discount. 1% discount. That means for more than 3,000, okay, till 3,000, no discount. More than 3,000, 1% discount, which is 99. Above 5,000, 2% discount. Okay, this is called as a price breakup. In case of BPA, in case of this BPA agreement, it has agreement duration and agreement amount, and it has the price breakups also. And in this agreement, you'll also specify which item that we buy from this supplier. Okay. Click on the save button. Click on the save button, and coming to the controls. So here, notification controls. This is, suppose if your agreement is going to expire within 10 years, right? Before 60 days, let's send a notification before 60 days. Who will receive this notification? Your buyer. Your buyer is going to receive a reminder that this agreement is going to expire. So accordingly, your buyer can talk to the supplier to extend this agreement. Okay. And based on the consumption also. So if the amount is released more than 90%, is consumed, so I'm expecting a buyer should receive a notification to add the funds to the agreement. Okay. And these are some of the controls. These controls are nothing but we discussed about this checkbox in the procurement business function options. And these checkboxes also we discussed in the, except the last one, except the last checkbox, we have discussed the remaining all the checkboxes from the procurement business function options. If you enable there, by default, it will also enable here. If you disable there, by default, here also it will disable here. Automatically generate orders means whether this BPA, this agreement can be used for automatic PO creation or not. If you disable it, this BPA is not allowed to create automatic PO creation. If you enable it, it will allow. And once the PO is created, it will automatically submit for the approval also. Not only PO creation, it will submit for the approval also. So this is grouping of requisitions. This is grouping of requisition lines. Okay. And this checkbox is nothing but allow ordering from unassigned sites. Nothing but here we are mentioning only one site. But when we are placing a purchase order, we are placing a purchase order to some other site. The supplier may have multiple sites, right? The supplier may have multiple sites. But here in the agreement, we are specifying only one site. If this checkbox is enabled, you can order from any of the supplier site. Clear? Clear, team?
Yes, sir.
So just remember this retroactive price update. Remember this. I will cover this shortly. Retroactive pricing. Okay. And you remember we can also configure approvals based on the document style also. Document style is nothing but the type of purchase order that you are creating. Whether you are creating a blanket purchasing agreement or contract purchase agreement on the or standard purchase order, accordingly we can route for the approvals as well. Okay. And before I submit for the approval, I'm verifying who is going to approve this agreement. Submitted. Agreement number 1. That number generated from which setup? Agreement number 1 generated from which setup? No response.
Document number, sir.
Procurement document
And document number.
numbering. Okay, this is agreement, it's approved. Right now, any amount is consumed, released? No, nothing is released. Okay. Now, on top of this agreement, we can create a purchase order. This is just an agreement. You know, if you want stock and if you want material, then you have to place a purchase order. Then you have to place a purchase order if you want stock. Okay. Now, click on create order. I'm creating standard purchase order. Click on create order. And yeah, you want to order from the Amirpet site of the supplier, or you want to select a different site. And the default ship to location, it is defaulted from. Did I enter this default ship to location?
Oh, sir.
It's defaulted from. Any guess?
From supplier.
We defined procurement business function options to this business unit, right? There, we have selected default ship to location. Not in the procurement business, sorry, in the requisition business function options. We have selected default ship to location. It's defaulting from there. Okay, you can observe this. Requisition business function options, the last section, purchasing section. Okay. And the buyer is defaulted from. Simple answer. Buyer is defaulted from simple answer. I am creating, so I am the buyer. Okay. Hello, team.
Yes,
I
sir.
am creating. Okay, that's what's defaulting my name. Simple. Okay, so this is what is a procurement BU, what is a requisitioning BU. You know, in case of centralized procurement, requisitioning BU and procurement BU are different. In case of decentralized, both are same. You know, what is a sold to company? Sold to company, the supplier is selling to this company. The bill to BU, billing to the same BU, PO number. The current status is incomplete. The current status, and buyer. This is a buyer. And you know, you can also change the buyer, nothing but you can put some other buyer name here also. You are creating PO, yes, but you can put some other buyer name also. That flexibility is there. And this is the creation date of the PO, supplier side. What is the communication method? How you want to communicate, through fax or email, or you want to disable the communication method, select to none. Nothing but you can manually communicate to the supplier. And bill to location and ship to location. Bill to location defaulted from the supplier site level, and ship to location defaulted from the requisitioning business function options. This is currency and ordered amount. What is the tax? The total amount including the tax. What is the total amount? This procurement card functionality is nothing but generally the process is buyer creates a PO, and then later inventory team receive the stock. After that, finance team will create an invoice and finance team will make the payment. That is a process. So who is making the payment to the supplier? Finance team. But we can issue a credit card to the buyer. We can issue a credit card to the buyer, and the buyer can directly make the payment to the supplier. That's called as a procurement card. And what finance team is going to do? Finance team is going to pay the bills of the credit card. Nothing but we are giving the authority for the buyers to pay the amount to the supplier through credit card. That card is called as a procurement card, and our finance team is going to pay the bills of the procurement card. This is rarely used functionality. This is really rarely used functionality. Okay. And most of the configurations for the procurement card is on the finance side. Okay. Even I have not implemented, or I have not seen any client is using the procurement card functionality. Okay. Next, in the notes and attachments. Note to supplier, note to receiver. You want to write any note to the supplier, you want to write any note to the receiver. Okay. And we can also create a DFFs also. Currently, one DFF is already created, but this DFF, you see the length is really big. So somebody created with large number of the width. And this is another DFF with a drop down. Okay. And I'm entering the item. Okay, you see, I'm entering the item. The moment I enter the item, so with this item already we have an agreement with the supplier, right? So then application is going to take that agreement. Did I enter the agreement? No. The moment I enter the item, okay, for this item, for this supplier, we have already agreement. That's why agreement got defaulted. Clear? And this price is also based on the agreement only. Okay. So till 3,000, any discount we get? No, right? More than 3,000 will get discount. How much percent will get discount? 1%. So what is the price? What is the price? 99. Okay. Clear? Suppose, okay, suppose here, if you don't want to use the agreement for this purchase order, you don't want to use the agreement, you can remove from here. At the line level, remove it from here. Okay. What is the promised delivery date? The promised delivery date is next Monday, and requested delivery date also next Monday. We requested for 7, and supplier also promised for 7th of August only. What kind of PO is this? Is this an expense PO or inventory PO? It's an expense PO because we entered the item. That item is an inventory item. Why the item is inventory item? Because we enabled stockable checkbox, inventory item checkbox, and we also enabled costing also for that item. If you enable costing, stockable, inventory, these 3 checkboxes at the item level, that means it's an inventory item. You can also create an expense item. You can also create an expense item by disabling these checkboxes. Don't enable costing checkbox, don't enable inventory item, don't enable stockable checkbox. That's going to become an expense item. So what type of item I entered at the line level? Inventory item or expense item? Inventory item. Okay. I think I don't know. I should not ask questions. I think I should go with my flow. Okay, I'll do that. And I'm clicking on the submit button. So by referring the BPA, we have created standard purchase order. Okay, that's it. Now I'll show you what is the CPA. I'm clicking on create agreement. And when you can create with the same, I have to change here. First of all, I'm selecting the style as contract purchase agreement. because I'm planning to create contract purchase agreement now. And you can create with the same supplier or you can create with a different supplier. I'm going with the same supplier itself. And I'm clicking on create button. In case of CPA, only agreement duration and agreement amount. That's it. Agreement duration and agreement amount. So we don't enter anything. You see line details? No. In case of CPA, we don't specify like this item we buy from the supplier or price breakups. No. You know, whatever the item offered by the supplier, we can buy. Whatever the product offered by the supplier, we can buy. In case of CPA, we don't specify the item, no line details. This agreement, it will work based on the agreement amount and agreement duration. That's it. That's it, only two. Agreement amount and agreement duration. But in case of BPA, agreement amount, agreement duration, and also item, and also price breakups. Okay. And similar controls also you'll see here, similar controls. Okay. And notification controls same. Okay. And this option is also, you know, hope you remember in the procurement business function options, we have discussed about this one, this checkbox, and these checkboxes, and these checkboxes. Okay. The last checkbox I just explained you in case of BPA. This is actually a new checkbox which is recently given by Oracle. I think in the last upgrade, it's given this checkbox. Okay. Now, I'm submitting this for the approval. Next, using the CPA, you can create a standard purchase order. Okay, this is agreement number 2. Let's wait for the approval. After that, we can create a PO by referencing. I'm clicking on create order. By referencing the CPA, you can create a purchase order. So we have BPA for the first item. We don't have BPA for the second item. We don't have. For 102, we don't have BPA. Okay. So for 102, and price also you should enter. I entered the price and quantity. Enter the agreement number here. Actually, it will auto-populate. It will auto-populate CPA. So first preference is, okay, when you are also practicing, you can check. In this application, it's not working. So for this supplier, for this item, if you have BPA, BPA is the first preference. If you don't have a BPA, then automatically it will default CPA. So for this item, we have BPA. For this item, we have BPA. No, right? The expectation is CPA should be defaulted. But in this case, it is not defaulting. But when you're practicing, you can check. In the EHQJ instance, it's working. Okay. So it's used to work in this instance also, not sure what happened. It will auto default. You need not to enter it, the CPA. But you can also enter the CPA, okay, contract purchase agreement. And you can place the PO. Click on the submit button. It will ask you to enter the date. Either one of the date is mandatory, nothing but promised delivery date or requested delivery date. One is mandatory. Without entering any of this, we are not able to proceed further. I mean, it will not allow you to submit the PO also. It will throw error. Clear with the standard purchase order, blanket purchase agreement, contract purchase agreement, clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I'm opening the blanket purchase agreement. I'm opening the blanket purchase agreement. So this agreement is for how many years? 10 years. Okay. Let us assume in the future, now this price is updated. this price is updated. In the future, this price is updated, and with the old price, with the old price, there is a PO already created and which is in open status. You can check here. If we click on the released amount, you can see the POs that's created again is this agreement. So you can see here, there is one PO, which is in open status. So if you change the price in the agreement, it should also update in the open POs, right? If the PO is closed, that's fine. But the new POs, I mean to say after the price is affected, the POs that you are communicating with the supplier should be with the latest price only, right? Should be with the latest price. This PO is open and it should be updated with the latest price. Okay. Then you can use the retroactive price update functionality. Okay. So what first you can do is you can update the BPA. I'm updating the BPA with the latest price hike. Okay, click on the edit button. And let me update here also. Here I'm updating to 120. Zero discount. Here also I'm updating to 120. The supplier cannot deliver to the same price, right? For 10 years, definitely the prices will be updated, changed. It's not allowing to delete, but if I update the price, still reflecting the old price. Oh, here I should change, sorry. I should change at the line level first of all. Okay, line level I changed. Okay. The base amount line level I have changed. Now I'll change here. Now it will allow. Establish. Okay, clear?
Yes.
Clear team. So price is increased to 120. Okay. And already one PO is already sourced from this agreement, right? Not just
Yes.
one PO. Suppose if it is one PO, you can go and modify the price in that PO manually. Not just one PO. If a lot of POs are created, and if you want to update all those POs with the latest price, you can use retroactive price update functionality. I'll show you. So this change, change order is created. I'm waiting for this change order to be approved. It's approved. Now the indication is gone. That means this agreement is approved. Now, what is my next step? I would like to source the open POs. I mean to say, I would like to update all the open sourced POs from this agreement. So for that, a retroactive price update program we need to run. Here in this application, in the EKMK instance, in this instance, some options are in this app, in the agreement app. Okay. So not in the purchase order. Some options are here. I don't know. Somebody performed something in this instance. Okay, in the EHQZ instance, you'll see all the options on the purchase order only, but here you'll see some options on the purchase agreement side. So click on the task list. So here you'll see all the options. So you see the program called initiate retroactive price update. Okay, you see here. Read that.
Applies price changes from a purchase agreement.
If it is one PO, you can go and manually update the price. Okay, but if a lot of POs is created, then you can run this program. Okay. Agreement number, and you can also enter the item also. I would like to update all the POs with this item only, and click on the submit button. Showing as completed. Let's verify what's the PO number that's sourced from this agreement. Don't remember, right? Okay, let's open the agreement. From the agreement itself, you can see the PO number by clicking on this released amount. PO number 3. Price is changed? No, it's not changed. It's not updated with the latest price. It's showing 99 only. In the log file, it's showing did not find any agreement lines to process. Make sure cumulative flag on the blanket purchase agreement is off. Okay. Understood what is the problem. It's not working for the cumulative POs, cumulative price breakups. Let's see your price breakup is cumulative or that's cumulative. Retroactive price update, it will not work for the cumulative price breakups. You know what is meant by cumulative and non-cumulative?
No, sir.
Yes,
No.
sir.
What is the difference between cumulative and non-cumulative?
In cumulative, it will consider the totals quantities.
Correct.
Or price. Yeah.
Yeah, total open. Yeah, it will accumulate and it will give the price. That's correct. But you know, it seems to be it's not updatable now. Seems like it is not updatable now. Hmm. I'm adding another line, okay. Yeah, you know, for the first time when you are adding the line, it is allowing. Okay, I change it to non-cumulative. So, you know, you should also have the patience to look at the log file, okay? And most of the consultants, by looking at the log file, they panic. What is there to panic when you can read, you know, sentence by sentence quickly? Even I cannot able to understand what is this till here, but you can see some sentences which we are able to understand. Some begin with procurement. We are able to understand this, okay? Not everything, but some we are able to understand. I'm able to identify the issue because I have gone through this log file. Okay. Oh, what's this? Weekend, right? I think gone to the maintenance, seems like. But you understood the process, right, team? You try with the non-cumulative. You try with the non-cumulative, okay, and create a PO, and then later update the price in the agreement, run the program. That latest price should be updated in the PO also automatically. In the PO, automatically system is going to create a change order after running the program, retroactive price update program. Because why that retroactive price update program, what it is doing, it is updating the price in the PO, right? And it will create a external change order automatically. Who is creating the change order? Is it requester or buyer? No, right? Who is creating the change order? Application. So that type of change order is called as application initiated change order. Okay. Can you please try? Clear, team? You're able to try? Clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Try and let me know, team, please. Okay. So using retroactive price update, you know, the changes in the agreement, it will automatically, we can pass to the open purchase orders, which are sourced from that agreement. So today I covered till here. Standard purchase order, blanket purchase agreement, contract purchase agreement, and also I covered retroactive price update. It's not in this list, topics list. Okay, it's not in the topics list, but I covered it. Okay. So this section is nothing but this complete section. This is to understand which value in the PO is defaulting from which setup or from which place. Okay. Suppose ship method, the first preference is agreement. Ship method, first preference is agreement. In the agreement, whatever the ship method that you entered, it is defaulted. And if there is no agreement, it will default from the supplier site level, and then it will default from the purchase options level. Similarly, freight term, payment terms, receiving controls. Receiving controls and this routing method, always first preference is item level. Receiving controls is nothing but early receipt, late receipt, over receipt. Okay, receipt routing method, standard, direct, inspection. The first preference is always item level. Item level empty. Next preference is supplier site level. Site level also empty. Next preference is receiving parameters. Okay. You can also, no, I have given only few values here. You can also Google it. Third order, header, defaults. So this is Oracle link. You can check here. This is distribution. Let's click on this task list. And if you click on header, okay, you can see here. The bill to location, what is the first preference team?
Supplier side.
Second preference, common options for payables and procurement. Third preference is the bill to BU location. Buyer, the buyer is defaulted. I asked her this question, right? Who signed in? Okay. And ship method, what is the first preference? Agreement. Next preference is site level. Third preference is procurement business function options. So similarly, currency. And the default ship to location, first preference is supplier site level. Next preference is requisitioning business function options. Freight terms, first preference is supplier site level. Next preference is procurement business function options. Payment terms, first preference is agreement. Second preference is site level. Procurement business function options. Fourth preference is finance setup. Invoice options. Okay. So not only on the header, you can also verify the line. The line data is defaulting from. If you scroll down, you can see the category is defaulted. First, the category is defaulted from the item. Next is line type. In the line type level, what category that you selected. Destination type, we have seen inventory and expense, right? How that is defaulted, the destination type. Invoice close tolerance. Invoice match option. Invoice match options are 2-way, 3-way, 4-way, right? 2-way, 3-way, 4-way. What is the first preference? Item level. Next preference is line level. Third preference is supplier site level. And fourth preference is something called order. I don't know what is this. This is about the line level. and schedule level, and then distribution level. Okay. So this observation is also important. You can Google it and find out for the link, but I've shared the link also. How I have Googled it: Oracle Fusion Procurement Purchase Order Header Defaults. I've shared the link in the chat as well. Okay. Next, we have seen application is down, right? Application is down. Next, I'll show you how to. Normally, the process is, you receive and then if you invoice, the PO is closed, right? But without receipt and invoice, you can forcefully close the PO also. Forcefully close the PO. How to cancel the PO? How to close the PO? How to duplicate and create a new PO? I'll show you in the coming classes. Okay. And how to mass cancel. What is the way to mass cancel the purchase orders? The mass cancellation. Okay. And we are able to download our PO in the. We are able to download our PO in the PDF format, right? From where the format is generated, I'll show you. EHQZ is working. It's not in the maintenance. I'll show you from EHQZ. I'm navigating to the BI screen. Tools, reports, and analytics. Browse catalog. Trying to open the BI screen. Navigate to the procurement. Procurement and purchasing. So here is that purchase document PDF report. Okay. So here you can see the RTF template. I think I covered about RTF template, right, already.
Yes, sir.
During the procurement business function options, I explained about this already. How the PO PDF is generated from the RTF layout. Okay. And the email. Give me a second. And email, this is nothing but, when you submit PO for the approval, the approver is going to receive email notification. This is not that. This I'll explain you maybe after completion of the Communication, automatic PO communication, not now. This is PO PDF and this is agreement PDF. I want to show SSP, self-service procurement. This is requisition PDF. This is requisition PDF. And this is, you see here, requisition approval email report. When you submit requisition to the approver, the email format. This is email format. So we have seen PO PDF place, agreement PDF place, requisition PDF place, and this is the place for the requisition approval email layout. So in case if you want any changes to be performed in the requisition approval email, you have to perform in this RTF template. It's taking time to open. Clear? So far good. Who will perform these changes? Technical guy. Technical guy will perform these changes. Okay, team?
Okay, sir.
These two, I have just shown you the places. Requisition PDF layout, approval email body, and then PO PDF. Along with that, I have shown you the agreement PDF also. Okay. I'll continue on Monday. Okay. Thank you all. I'll see you on Monday.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.